If the night could speak, I wonder what tales it would share as it gathered us around the fire. Novels of broken dreams that were never picked back up once they fell and shattered against the concrete of what being an adult felt like. I always wondered what happened to dreams we dreamt as kids that we put on shelves to pursue later. Did they collect dust like our Little League trophies or morph into what we feared most as children? If the night had a voice, would it sound like your 3 a.m. thoughts that you never had the courage to write, yet made your stomach turn with the idea of what she would say if she knew? I wonder, if I asked that question enough, could the night actually share its own thoughts and dreams? Would it come to life and be a friend to some as well as a nightmare to the ones afraid of what their consciousness made? Can I think or speak this wonderment into reality and ask my questions like, did she think about me? That night she decided to take all those pills, did she think that this would tear down my fantasy of us living happily ever after? Did she even mention me to you? Did the man that took advantage of me tell you about his plans before he ever pinned me down? Why didn't you warn me of what was to come? You were supposed to be my friend. Would it tell me that it had no idea my parents would divorce and leave my brothers and I to pick up their pieces? Would it tell me that it was unaware of how my mother spent the next year crying over how she believed her life was over once he left? Could it play coy with me? Would I believe it? I know you knew before these things occurred. See, I told you every time before I did something stupid that changed my life. I told you that I would leap. I promised you I'd take the plunge. I waited patiently night after night for you to tell me to lower this gun. You never spoke up. Yet now, when it's convenient, you decide to write a tell-all of our conversations. The night must speak. Otherwise, what's this darkness that seems to follow me with its voice? I guess I did wonder this into reality, because speaking about these things feels just as real as every moment I've lived through. These memories that are lashes on the back of my life. The night has a voice, at least to me. It reminds me of my frequent walks through hell. I've walked through those fires so many times. I've got tattoos on my soul from where the burns have left their marks. The night speaks clearly when you listen. Sirens sound, gunshots roar, screams are heard. Children cry. The cheating wife begs for more. The abusive husband slams his fist against the place where he used to kiss. The mutes scream louder than the songs that roar out from cars that zoom down past our streets. The blind see visions of a brighter future. The voiceless find solace in the land of books. The moon lets the sun rest as it shoulders the weight of illuminating a life-filled planet full of weary souls. The night does speak. And oftentimes we don't approve of its words. It doesn't hide our lusts. It displays them in the midst of shadows, covered by shadows. But the loudest sound heard when the night speaks is the thunderous prayers of the saint. She tears the airwaves as she rends the gates of the life after that we long to see. She sounds the trumpet in her closet where God manifested his glory, and his angels frequent this little village crafted by the unwavering and unfeigned faith of this warrior. The cry of the preacher rings out and combats the screams of the battered women who beg for mercy. He intercedes on behalf of the lost community as he prays that the will of his Father be done. However loud your scream, however silent your hidden agenda may be, the night's voice sounds loudest when faced with the bravery of the soldier who hasn't seen his family in weeks, when he travels daily to preach the gospel, fighting a war unseen. Don't you see? The night actually does have a voice. You just heard it. Or were you just too busy being focused on listening to me?